Welcome to Python, Climate and Geospatial Visualization Case Study. In this lesson, you will learn Python basics while exploring climate data and maps. We will cover Python syntax step by step with real-world weather and geospatial datasets. Running the cell now. We start every session by keeping it tidy so warnings do not distract us. The Warnings module lets us hide warnings. This line turns off any future warning pop-ups. Running the cell now. Step 1. Basic printing and comments. Python uses print to display messages. Comments with sharp symbols help explain code. Running the cell now. Let us say hello using Python. Print outputs to your user. We use parentheses and double quotes for messages. The sharp symbol lets us add comments. They are notes for people, not computers. Running the cell now. Now we prepare our climate data. We import pandas, a popular tool for handling tables. We use a direct link to a climate CSV. This is historical minimum temperatures by day. We load it into a table with pandas. This table is called a data frame. A shape tells us how many rows and columns are in the table. The head function shows the first few rows to check the data. Running the cell now. We make our first chart to see temperatures over time. Matplotlib is a tool for drawing graphs. Bigger graph size is easier to read. The plot function draws a line using date and temperature columns. Labels make axes easy to understand. This shows the y-axis for temperature data. Titles quickly tell the story of the chart. We hide the X-ticks for a cleaner look here. Finally, we display the chart. It helps us spot trends. Running the cell now. Step 2. Variables and types. Variables store values. You pick the name. Running the cell now. Here we create 3 variables, a city name, the average temperature, and a count of days. Strings use quotes for text like Sydney. Numbers can have decimals or be whole. Printing variables lets us see their values. This shows average temperature. This prints out the number of days we measured. Running the cell now. Step 3. User input. You can ask users to type values into your code using the input function. Running the cell now. Now it is time to interact. Input asks the user to type their name. We ask for another guess about the city. Python can greet with your answer. It prints out what you entered for the city guess. Running the cell now. Let us collect a few temperatures together in a list. Lists use square brackets, with each value separated by a comma. Printing it shows all the numbers inside. You can add to a list with append. This is great for growing datasets. We print the list again to see the change. Running the cell now. We add up all the numbers in the list. Counting items in the list tells us how many days or temperatures. Average gives us a single summary number for the whole sample. This line shows that average. Running the cell now. Step 6. Working with data frames. A pandas data frame is like a table or a spreadsheet. Running the cell now. We pull out the first 5 temperatures from our climate table. iLock lets us select by position. Print as a list to see the values clearly. Running the cell now. Sometimes columns do not exist. Get lets us check safely. We try to get the temperature column. This looks for a column called rainfall, but we know it is missing. This line prints where the temperature was found. Here we see that rainfall is missing. No error happens. Running the cell now. We create a new table with just warmer days. This line checks where temperature is above 20. How many days do we find? This prints the answer. We see a few examples of hot days with the head function. Running the cell now. Sorting helps us find extremes quickly. We sort by the temp column to see hottest days first. This text tells us what to expect. Now we look at the top rows for the highest temperatures. Running the cell now. Now we chart only the hottest days. Again we set up a figure. This plot is red, so hot days stand out. The title says what the plot is about. Y-axis label is temperature again. X label is for the date. Hiding X ticks can keep a plot less crowded. We show the plot for just those warm events. Running the cell now. We change date strings to real date values. Extracting just the month makes grouping simple. We group temperatures by month and take the mean. This prints the monthly average temperatures. Running the cell now. Let us visualize temperatures for every month with columns. The bar function creates a bar for each average value. Blue color helps these bars pop out. The label tells us these are months. Y-axis completes the story by showing the average temperature. This chart's title explains the data. Show the finished monthly comparison. Running the cell now. Try changing colors and labels yourself for practice. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more Python lessons. Sometimes you build small tables by hand for multiple locations. NumPy can help, but here we just use lists. Here are some city names. Average temperatures for January. Average temperatures for July. All these lists make a new table, or data frame. Printing shows the full city comparison table. Running the cell now. Mini project, map visualization. Now let us map our cities using latitude and longitude. Running the cell now. Latitude and longitude mark where places are on Earth. We put those numbers into the city data frame. Add latitude to match each city. Longitude comes next to complete the location. Now we use a scatterplot to create a map on a flat page. Dots show each city. Big size for visibility. For each city, add text to label it clearly. City names float by each dot. This adds helpful info. Set horizontal axis as longitude. Set vertical axis as latitude. Title explains that these are major cities. Show the city map. This is your first geospatial chart. Running the cell now. Can you find out which city is farthest north? This code picks the city with the largest latitude. Tells us the winner. Try adding your own cities too. Running the cell now. Pause now and try adding your home city to the table. Practice is key to learning. Congrats, you combined climate and mapping in Python. You can now load data, do simple math, plot, and map real places. Running the cell now. What next? Practice and share. Try plotting rainfall data if you can find it. Add more cities and markers. Tweak colors, chart labels, and styles. For updates, like and subscribe to our channel. See you next lesson. Running the cell now.